Good evening, guys. Look, I'm in the center town square of Harbin city. So this is the coldest capital city. I mean, the Heilongjiang province. So obviously, I've come to the city to explore the magical snow and ice kingdom. I'm also going to check out, of course, Unit 731 Museum. So before that, let me take you guys for a look around the city. So it is absolutely beautiful here. It's absolutely breathtaking, despite the fact that it is the coldest capital city in China. It's full of nightlife. So yeah, let me show you guys around. Let's get started. All right, what is up, guys? Good evening. So I'm walking in Zhongyang Dajie. This is the center street in the city of Harbin. So as you guys can see, so this is Tuesday evening. It is full of people. So Harbin's a city full of tourists, and love is in the air tonight. So many people, especially influencers all over China, they come here in hopes of becoming TikTok famous. If you're wondering, some of the most famous TikTok stars, most of them, I would say vast majority of them, are young Chinese women, anywhere between 18 to 25 years old. They can make as much as $1 million US a month. Yes, that's some of the most famous TikTok influencers in China. And you know, in hopes of searching for stardom, so many people in hopes of becoming a full-time online influencer, they will travel to places like Zhongyang Dajie in Harbin city, and they will look for their shot at internet stardom. By the way, the reason why I'm saying romance is up in the air tonight is because, yes, if you're walking down in this street in Harbin, you'll see a lot of young couples, because Harbin is a city of universities. There are 26 universities in the city of 5.8 million people. And so, yeah, this is an extremely popular spot for young couples to travel. And the marriage proposals happen regularly, mostly on Friday and Saturday nights. So, yeah, if you ever find yourself in the middle of Zhongyang Dajie, in the heart of the city, let's say on a Saturday night, on a hot summer evening, you'll see it's possible for you to see 5, 6, or even 7 marriage proposals happening right here. And also, Harbin is one of the tallest cities in China. I'm not sure why. Perhaps it's because of geographic reasons. Because on average, most Chinese men in this city, the average height is roughly around 180 centimeters, which is almost 5'11". So even for Western standards, it's very solid. So yeah, many Chinese women, they will travel all across the country to the north, to cities like Harbin, because they're searching for a tall man in order to pass down their tall genes. So yeah, this is extremely a busy spot. And yeah, as I'm walking around the street, you'll see possibly hundreds and possibly even thousands of people with their phones, with their cameras. Many are live streaming on the Chinese version of TikTok, which is called Douyin, and they're looking to become internet famous overnight. Right now, I'm walking through this is a popular shopping district. And as you guys can see, there's shopping centers everywhere. Obviously, the reason why the Russian economy has not shrunk at all since the start of the Russian-Ukraine war, as you guys can see, there's so many Russian shops located right across the city. It is because China has maintained a very solid relation with Russia. So all of the Russian shops are 100% open, and they're bustling with business. So yeah, as you walk around the city, you'll see many Russian tourists coming to the city to shop as well. Now, if you guys are wondering, is this place safe for foreign tourists to travel to? Well, don't be alarmed. As soon as you enter the city, you will notice that there's police officers everywhere. And yes, sometimes you might see some form of military, also special tactic units. Don't worry, these people, they're employed to keep the streets safe. In fact, I would say it's not just this city. For the entirety of China, all of 1.4 billion people, China has almost eliminated all forms of violent crime. Because I mentioned before, there's CCTV cameras everywhere. You commit crime in one part of the country, you think you can flee, you'll be arrested within 24 hours. They can simply pull up any footage from any corner of the country. Yes, you know, some people might not like it. It may not be perfect, but these forces, they keep you in check. So do not be alarmed. As you are walking around the streets, you'll see a police presence at every single street corner. And it is because of this, there are no violent crimes at all. And also, these female police officers, they have very strict requirements. For men, perhaps not so much. Usually they have a high requirement. Usually you have to be at least 180 centimeters or 5'11" to be selected as a police officer. Obviously, you need to pass the fitness requirements. But let's say if you want to become a female police officer, well, there's a high requirement for that as well. Usually you have to be at least 170 centimeters or 5'7". Also, the female police officers, they're kind of like a tourist attraction for the city. So usually in terms of looks, you have to be at least a solid 8 out of 10 for you to be selected as a female police officer. So they're kind of a tourist attraction in the city. Many of them will become traffic police in the city. And yes, like I've mentioned before, it is 100% okay to film in the open public in the city. Yes, there are police everywhere, but don't be alarmed, because no, it doesn't matter where you go. You will see tens and thousands of internet influencers all across the city. And sometimes, you know, if you just ask for permission with one of those female police officers, most of them, they'll be very happy to take a picture or take a selfie with you. Like I said before, this is one of the tourist attractions of the city. So I mentioned in the title of this video, I said that Harbin is the most romantic city in China. And yes, I absolutely do believe so. As I'm walking down the street, so this is Zhongyang Street, right in the heart of the city, I have never ever seen so many young couples in such a high concentration of numbers in just one place. I would say the vast majority of the couples here, probably 80 to 90%, are between the ages of 18 to 25. I did mention that Harbin has 26 universities, so this is a very popular hotspot for these young university couples. I guess third wave feminism and the 4B movement has yet to make its place to the city of Harbin. Yeah, as you're walking down Zhongyang Dajie, as you're walking down the street, so everything you can possibly imagine, everything that you've ever wanted, you can find it at this street. This is a perfect street for evening romance, and for you to shop, for you to dine. Every single kind of food, you can find it. Any kind of shopping mall, any kind of a movie theater, any kind of entertainment, you can all find it at this street. And also those female police officers, they're absolutely drop dead gorgeous. They're some of the finest the Chinese women I have ever seen, I must say. They must have very strict requirements for selecting these female officers. And, you know, it's part of a tourist attraction. Definitely check out Zhongyang Street when you visit Harbin. And if you're wondering what are some of the must-try foods when you visit, well, obviously there's the most famous ones, the candied hawthorn, and I think in recent years this is many people's attempt at becoming internet famous. So they have these massive hawthorns. I don't know how much they cost. They must be very expensive, but nobody can finish them. You'll just end up wasting all the candy. Just get one of the small ones. They're absolutely delicious, and it's perfect even in the middle of the winter. And also when you come, there's the famous Harbin ice cream bar. It's extremely expensive, but I think it's worth a try. It's just I would say slightly above average ice cream. I would give it maybe 6 out of 10. Nothing special, just your normal ice cream bar. But the candied hawthorn, that is a Chinese specialty, especially in northern China, definitely worth the money. Also, there's the Harbin sausage. Yes, the smoked Harbin Chinese sausage. It's very good as well. But unfortunately, in recent years, due to the fact that the brand has gotten so popular, there's so many fake knockoff brands, so it's hard to find really authentic ones. But you know, if you're lucky enough, you find a really authentic smoked Harbin Chinese sausage. It is absolutely delicious and absolutely worth every single penny. And as you're walking around the city, you'll notice that yes, there are Russian shops everywhere. There are Russian flags everywhere, and in some places there are even Russians performing throughout the city, doing all kinds of Russian shows. And there's even a Russian Baroque style street here where you can find everything you could have ever hoped for. It's the same as you're walking down in Russia, and obviously there's a vodka everywhere. And I would say the chocolates and candy, it's hit or miss. Some of them are really good, some of them are not so good. So yeah, but you know, if you're into hardcore liquor, if you want some real hardcore Russian vodka, definitely come to Harbin to do some shopping. And once again, the city is extremely safe. There are virtually no violent crimes whatsoever. There's another extremely popular tourist spot that you absolutely must check out beside Zhongyang Street. That is the St. Sophia's Cathedral. By the way, do not pay the ticket to go inside. Just go to the square and take a walk around outside. I'm visiting during the fall. It's not the best season. I would say in the middle of the winter is absolutely perfect. Why should you visit Harbin in the middle of the winter? Well, I will return to Harbin for future videos. You guys will see exactly what I'm talking about. But when you visit St. Sophia's Cathedral, so the tickets is 20 yuan or just less than $3 to go inside, but it's not worth the money. The inside is pretty run down. There's not much going on. Go to the square. The square is absolutely packed full of people. It's full of life. You can feed the pigeons. You can get yourself a candied hawthorn. You can get yourself an ice cream bar. You can take lots of photos, lots of videos, and there are tons of people there. It's so popular. Everyone's there trying to become a TikTok famous. And this is also a brand new trend I've noticed since I returned to China. It's been 8 years. So yeah, a record number of people are just dying to be internet famous in China. So it's very normal as you walk down at Zhongyang Street. Or if you're walking around the St. Sophia's Cathedral, you'll see a bunch of Chinese people with their cell phones with an extended stick, or sometimes they even have a group. This is the people who have already achieved some fame, and they can hire a group of people to work for them. They will have lights, cameras, everything, and they will have their costumes ready. And some of these people, they will go to these popular streamer spots. They will stand there for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. They will be streaming all day long. They will be streaming their contents onto Douyin. That is the Chinese version of TikTok. Yes, this is 100% approved by the Chinese government, and it's 100% legal to do this. And some of these people have gained, let's say, 5, 10, 20 million followers. They can make millions of dollars. I'm talking about US dollars per year. So yes, for some people, this profession definitely pays the bills. And of course, the city has a very, very famous museum. That is the Unit 731 Museum. And yes, I have already gone inside, and that video will be coming out much later. I'm hoping to do a full-length documentary, but the topic of Unit 731 is extremely difficult to cover. It's extremely dark, and I will leave that to a future video. That will be a separate entity all on its own. So Harbin is a very, very magical place. There's so much more I want to talk about, but I don't want to make this video too long. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's.